The question was, did I ever want to give up my writing career? Yes, absolutely. When I'd had over 100 rejections trying to get an agent, and I gave up for 5 years, and I would give anything to have those 5 years back. It was the biggest mistake I had ever made. My spouse is also a published author and encouraged me to start again. And I am intensely competitive. So as soon as they started writing, I also started writing and eventually was successful. But yes, I absolutely did quit and would advise to push through because time doesn't come back.
Serena, you have a hand up. Go ahead.
Well, I realize I read it a little bit differently. And have you ever wanted to give up your career to write? And yes, that was my fault. But yes, I'm hoping this writing thing really takes off because it feeds my soul instead of taking it away, as the cubicle tends to do. So I apologize. I misread that question.
That's all right. Other thoughts? RJ?
Yeah, I have. It feels like I've almost given up because I haven't written for a while. But I have to say, like, especially after the last book that took 3 years and took a lot out of me, that sometimes the reception, because it tackled some unusual or difficult topics, the reception almost made me want to give up writing. So.
If you're thinking of giving up our writing careers, I had missed the beginning, but I think that's what it was. And the answer is absolutely no. We have a responsibility, I think, as GLBT, et cetera, writers to document our lives and pass them on, pass our stories on, because any day that could be cut off. And we need our next generations, our gay kids, to know what our lives were like, and maybe give them courage.
I haven't thought of giving up, but I certainly feel like I'm expanding what I write about now. I happen to be writing about a young man who's, because I'm an RN and I worked with profoundly developmentally challenged people, most of whom couldn't speak. And I feel like what I've written so far about being queer and being othered really brings a lot of information to that, because he's the protagonist of that story. And there are queer characters in the story, but I feel like it really brings a lot of information to that story. And I worked with this man for 28 years, and he had no speech. He was pre-birth, what's called pre-birth intellect. So, and he was talk about being othered. I mean, just in this huge way. So I feel like I'm doing something different now, but with so giving up, no, but writing differently and being informed about what I'm writing, it's definitely changing. How and what I'm writing is changing a little bit. Interesting question.
Lainey, any thoughts you want to add?
Oh, I just wanted to say that this year's been difficult. I had a plan for my work in progress, my third book for this past year, and the plan was, like a lot of people's plans, turned upside down and inside out. My creative space was turned into a home office. So that made it feel very difficult to get back into that creative place. But I haven't thought about giving up. I just know that things are percolating under the surface like a compost pile. And I read a lot during this time. When I wasn't able to write, I've been just reading really great authors and letting that inspiration kind of percolate in me.